Cause like I got a 10-year-old, and I'm very I'm very disciplinary when it comes to her daily usage of her iPad. You know what I mean? I manage the content, which is not really an issue because she's really engulfed in things that surround her, that's conform with her age. But just the whole excessive use of it, it becomes kind of a place of refuge for children. So they don't want to listen to nothing else going on around it. But accountability, to answer your question, it depends.
Look at my family outside of elementary school. A lot of my nephews and godsons, they're like middle school, high school, and the influence is real.
Ma'am, you have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade in that building, don't forget, please.
Right.
She got middle school too.
Right. I love my middle school babies. They're the group that a lot of people shy away from, and I love them the most. But the influence is strong, and that accountability is very important. And a lot of people aren't really pushing that message. And then when it's like they see everything on like TikTok and IG all day, that's what I'm listening to them talk about when they don't know I'm listening.
Yeah.
So this whole idea of pushing that accountability as a man and just understanding how important it is to have a firm grasp on your knowledge and education first, and all that other stuff is secondary, it's hard to balance the two. So I'm kind of looking at it from what I do as work, but also what I deal with when I leave here.
Yeah. Well, I think that, this generation of artists, I want to say, just to be on the safe side, because I don't want to offend anybody, But what I want to propose is I want to actually try to mobilize a lot of people that's in position to actually be present in school. Like, we used to have that a lot. We used to have a lot of visitors. We used to have people come to occasion. I remember Doug Fresh came to my class one time, and that was like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So, and then having people who actually have influential roles within the community. We used to have that. We used to have police officers that when it was safe to be, safe for a kid to say he wanted to be a cop. When it was safe to say that he wanted to be a fireman, so on and so forth. We have to start trying to involve those individuals, who play those significant roles in the lives of our children within the community. As far as the internet stuff, that's just I think that's just a trial that every
that was wild.
Every parent has to deal with that in some way, shape, or form. And like I said, that battle is always going to be difficult if what you establish in the house doesn't combat it. Because the problem with us, like on a daily hustle and bustle, right? Your child is spending like 8 hours outside the home. You spending like 8 hours outside the home. You know what I'm saying? And when you come home, you're exhausted from work. You know what I'm saying? Some of us don't even sit up and do homework and so on. You know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. So that lack of interacting in the home is what makes those influences outside the home more influential. You know what I'm saying? Like in my house, I have dinner at the dinner table. I've been doing it for, over a decade. You know what I'm saying? I have dinner at the table. But that's when I get to interact. That's when I get to do inventory. That's when I get to find out what's going on with everybody, from my wife to my children. You know what I'm saying? And that moment is pinnacle. Ain't no eating in your room. We eat at the table. You know what I'm saying? Because I come from that generation. I mean, that's the purpose of us buying these joints anyway. You know what I'm saying? You buying a dining set for a reason. It ain't just furniture. You know what I'm saying? We got to use it. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that, the role that's required for us as parents in the house plays a very significant role in how we manage the influences that's outside the home. So like I said earlier, it's not a burden that rests solely on the shoulders of teachers and principals. It's something that parents got to be involved in too.
Yes or no?
See, I don't know the climate of PTA nowadays. Them joints was serious back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad
As
you
a
mentioned
kid,
that. It's
yeah.
challenging now. No, it's honestly challenging.
Yeah.
The irony right now, however, is that at least for a number of us, because now that we cannot get together, we have seen somewhat of an uptick with regards to the virtual meetings because people can log on through our smartphones, computers, whatever device it is that they have.
I saw why from the Rough Riders peeking on Priscilla's. I don't want him to just go unnoticed. I saw why. I saw
I
him.
also thought Mayor Patterson.
I saw why, and the mayor's in here too. I saw the mayor. I love the mayor.
Yeah.
Well, thank
No, I'm gonna give a shout out to the mayor.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Y in a minute.
All right, I just wanted to make sure he wasn't sneaking off. I just know why. You know.
Yeah, no
You
doubt.
want to make sure I was doing my job, Pop? Thank you.
I didn't know. I just saw him peek and leave. I was like, I saw why. I know why I was there. I know why when I see him.
Thank you, Priscilla, for making that happen. I see you, boo. Thank you.
Loon, come to your school when it opens back up and talk direct. I think he's down for that.
Yeah, but you don't even have to
I
wait for
definitely-
that. We can definitely, all of us have to have PTA meetings, school leadership team meetings, because, you know, the piece that he's really discussing
So
incorporates parents. And what I was saying was that we can't necessarily say it starts at home with the accountability. However, how you are packaging it as far as us being the true home to school connection based on your experience is a platform of discussion to which I think it's very important that you can discuss with our parents and communities.
And let me jump in there real quick. Hey, Loon, I got Y from the Rough Riders in here that want to holler at you real quick.
Yo, what's up, beloved?
Hey, I see you. What's going on, man? How you doing?
Wow, what's good? Wow.
Be here with you, beloved. Yo, Dame, I see you over there. Y'all, how y'all doing out there?
My brother right there.
Look, I've been meaning to track you down, bumping the TV, and I asked him about, the whole family.
Yes, we love you, man. We miss you, man. We miss you, everything, man. We
Man,
can't wait
I love
to
you
see you.
too. Man, I'll be back up there that way. I'm gonna make it my business this time. Just Dane got your information, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dame been locked in with us, so we can bridge the gap.
Nah, and listen, just so we don't digress. What Dame is saying as far as visiting the schools is something I definitely want to do. But I would like to be actually present when some of y'all are speaking to the parents, because I think that we can actually start from a place that'll be way more effective to where the parents don't feel like they're alone. Because when you look at the connection between home and the school, you got to reinforce or rebuild the bridge between the home and school. It shouldn't be like like a wrestling match when you tap in and then it's my shift, I tap in, you tap out. Like we're not together. It's kind of like a change thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And you know what?
But if it's something,
And Loon, what?
Alright.
I wanted to shout out Y because I actually saw. I think it was yesterday. Y that you was doing some stuff. Was it Newburgh? Where were you out here doing some work with the young people?
Yeah, I was in Mount Vernon, and I was in Newburgh yesterday with the mayor.
Yeah, I saw you up there in Mount Vernon doing some really big things with the young people up there, man. I congratulate and salute you for that, brother.
We appreciate that. We've been working. We got the foundation, Rough Riders to the Rescue. So we basically be doing taking over one city at a time, a 24-hour watch. We adopt the city. We starting to build our own community centers in each city at the troubled areas. So this Newburgh is like giving us the key to the city, as we got 3 cities that's giving us the key. So we're gonna be looking forward for everybody to support. We're gonna go in there and change the mindset of the people in the streets. Just really show up and work with them from ground zero, bridging the gap between the streets, the industry, and the politics, making sure all 3 elements is in effect, and showing a strong presence, being out there they can see us. So we've been doing demonstrations, hitting the streets, talking to the kids, diffusing the police. And when the police come on the scene, we on the scene. We had incidents where we came on the scene and the police was having a big issue with the Crips and the Bloods and all that, and we diffused it. And we had the police kind of fall back. We seen those same police like an hour before. They seen us. They asked us what we was doing here. We told them we came here to save them. And then when we got there an hour later, they was in chaos. And so we diffused it. They stepped back to see what we really was going to do, and the people respond to us well. So we on ground zero. So, ground zero is, getting your hands dirty and just really just setting the tone and letting the youth know that, you're just not going to be running wild out here and you ain't got no support from us. So we on that zone right now. And, Allah blessed us to have the opportunity to open up some doors and get some things going. So we looking forward. I should be on this call with y'all soon, and we gonna bridge the gap.
Absolutely.
That's what's up. I appreciate that. But
I be the other day out in LA, so we definitely do work together. Go ahead, Simone.
Right, but I didn't want to lose him because I didn't hear him mention money earning and my booski. My sister from another Mr. Mayor Sean Patterson Howard is on right now, so I want to make sure. Hold on now. Let's hold up.
Mayor Sean is on the
Let's get the bells going.
Mayor Sean is the first site on the list. Matter of fact,
all right.
Our city is the first city that we from Mount Vernon. She's from Mount Vernon. Let's give it up to her. She's the one that's given us the opportunity to be in the city to get in there and do what we got to do in Mount Vernon. So, shout out to Sean.
And not to cut you off, my love, but she's here and she has to hop off. So I just wanted to acknowledge. She got to hop off, but she's busy. Mayor Sean, my dear.
No, I mean, coming in here and spending time with y'all is like therapy. It's a breath of fresh air for me. Well, I thank you and Rough Riders for coming through, and Rough Riders to the rescue for coming through and doing a cleanup day with us, working with us on some voter registration, doing some work around police reform. So I'm going to be reaching out to you on that as well. So thank you for that. I just wanted to say, as a parent and as a former PTA president and as the former chair of the Title I committee in our district, one of the things that I found as a PTA person all my life is K-3 parents are very engaged. They're excited. They're coming out to PTA meetings, parents conference. Somewhere around 4th through 6th grade, the parents start to drop off sharply. And by the time middle school and high school comes, they're gone. But what we have to also realize is when these parents have low academic achievement themselves, oftentimes they become intimidated. They feel bad because they can't help their kids with their homework. And so when my daughter was in 4th grade doing new math, which I laughed at when I was younger, because I said, what do you mean new math, Mommy? 1 and 1 is always 2, but it's the way they do it. But because my friend was like head of math for the school district of New Rochelle and my daughter's godmother, I was able to call her at 10 o'clock at night with my degree and my advanced degrees and my valedictorian international merit scholar husband. But if you didn't have that education as a parent and you don't have those connections, then what do you do? And so it's hard for you to come and be involved in a PTA. It's hard for you to come and sit down and talk to your teachers at parents conference night, and they're telling you, oh, your kid has great potential, but I don't understand. They come unprepared. These are parents who feel like that is a finger being pointed at them because they don't have the capacity to provide personally for their children the way that they want to. And so it kind of really keeps them and pulls them back from working. And coming and engaging in schools. The other things is with PTA, oftentimes PTA is too much about raising money and going to the Board of Education and fighting. What are we providing to the parents? So every year with PTA, and then for 15 years running like some of the largest after school programs in the region through the YMCA, we did a poll with our parents at the beginning of the year. And we asked these parents, what did they need? What resources, what supports, what skills did they need to develop and expand upon? And we usually pick during that 10-month period 6 different topics that the parents said that they needed, and we brought in resources. So in after school, when we had our parents' meetings, because we're doing the homework with these kids after school. The kids were in our program until 7 p.m. at night. We fed them when they came in, and we fed them at 6 o'clock before they left, 6:30 before they left. So the parents really worked with us, but they started to work with us more and more as we identified their needs and as our meetings centered around what they needed. So if they needed stuff around reading comprehension, we brought it. If they needed something on how to communicate with their kids, we brought it. If they needed to know how to gain these resources, we brought DSS or Social Security and those type of organizations in. If these were older kids whose parents needed to know how to keep their kids off the block, but we want to have so that they could be better partners to us, but how are we asking and engaging them about how we could be better partners to them in an off-school ground setting to provide the supports that they need to be better supports to their kids. That makes sense?
You saw how my boo threw in the off-school ground setting colloquialism.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Yes,
Mayor,
bestie.
Mayor, I just want to thank you for checking in on me. It meant a lot to me, and I appreciate you even being my friend and now my sister. And anything you need, I got you. But thank you, that meant a lot to me.
I thank you for receiving me.
Yeah, definitely. Real, she's real. She's a real one.
I must be doing something right. Pop, I'm so proud of you, Pop.
She's your sister, but she's my BFF. I just have to say that, you know.
Ma'am.
Yeah, can I say something to the mayor?
Yes, thank you, Mayor Patterson.
Please look.
Mayor
Yes,
Patterson.
Dr. Action is in the room.
Wait, Action. Yes, Loom. Go ahead, darling.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that it's very enlightening to hear that the mayor has that much extensive experience in the scholastic field, because she rounded off everything I was kind of struggling with to get to, as far as like what age range does the parents, you know what I'm saying, activeness in the child's, you know, and PTA and all that starts to deplete. I've been doing this since I was 16 years old. I'm raising children. Saying that's 26 years old. We graduated, you know what I'm saying, from sports management. My daughter, like I said, is a teacher. Got a son that's a jeweler. So I know that by being very instrumental in the home, it played a very significant role in my children's life. And I just want to know from the mayor, how do you start engaging and creating involved to act as a liaison between the school and home?
So I really believe in a community schools model, and my white day of the USA nationally as the Y is how do we really create community schools? How do we create a culture of education within our community, understanding that the education of our children is not limited to the school hours, but what are we doing in schools and communities during after school, but more importantly also what are we doing in the weekends? What are we doing on the weekends? How are we utilizing the churches, you know, the space within our churches and our community centers and wherever we can have kids gather to support them, but then also creating a parent university. So a parent university through PTA and through schools really helps the parents learn the skills that they need to learn to help their kids, IEPs, and how to have the hard conversation with the teachers, and how to advocate, how to deal with the social workers, how to deal with school discipline, how to deal with restorative circles, and all of those things like that. We need to empower the parents. And so the Annie Casey Foundation has a lot of really, really incredible resources around community school partnerships and breaking the school to prison pipeline, as well as, oh my God, it's a Black organization. I'll get it, but you know, we just have to have the hard conversations. And oftentimes we want to have the politically correct conversations, and we don't want to have the hard conversations. And so when parents came to the Y after school picking up their kid and they cussed me out, I would say, you know, what we're not going to do is have this conversation publicly, but what we will do, I take no shorts. I give you no tea for your fever. I will give you a whole bunch of support. You worried about what your man is doing more than you worried about what your kid is doing. Don't tell me you don't know that they got guns. For you to get your nails and your hair and your lashes and your shoes and your Jimmy Choos and whatever type of bag, and that's what you do, and that's how you popping. So don't sit here and have that conversation with me. See, sir, I only became mayor in January, but I've been a social worker, and I've worked in prison reentry and gangs and community alternatives to incarceration and violence, and just giving me a different platform to create policies that I would have done in human services anyhow. So it's a new area, and I get in trouble because they call me the hip hop or the hilltop mayor, and I'm a little bit too gangster. But you know, there's times where we got to do the pearls and the heels, and then there's other times where we got to be comfortable in the hoodies and the Timbs. And I'm going to be comfortable on every dance floor. If I got a bachata, I'm a bachata. If I got a hip hop, I'm a hip hop. But we got to learn how to code switch. I can't own that. That comes from gangster rapper Senator Jamal Bailey of the BX.
And I can guarantee you somebody is putting that in the chat. But thank you for bringing it back up. I just want to be mindful of your time because I know that you couldn't stay with us.
Yeah, I have a civic engagement Zoom. Talk to me about how to get.
Tell them to jump on OSG. Tell them to jump on OSG. We are very civically engaged in education. But I just want to double check that, Brown, you there, Kyle? I didn't know if his question was for you or was in general. Was it for Mayor Patterson before she
So it was actually to build off of something that Mayor Patterson said in regards to educating the parents. One of the things that I did at West Side, when I was at West Side, and I plan on doing at my own school, is that there's a college in New Jersey called Thomas Edison University. A lot of our parents want to get their college degree, but because of time and other things, they're not able to do it. And what Thomas Edison actually does is that they take your experience in a career and they turn that into college credits. Now, that's just a college that's in New Jersey. I'm sure other colleges. Excuse me?
They do it in New York at Empire State College.
Okay,
so
yes, I figured there was other places. Thing. But invite the college to one of your PTO meetings and have them present to the parents. I've done this a couple of times and it's always very successful. I've seen a commercial recently, I think it was Phoenix University, where they show a parent excited that to be able to provide for their child or whatever because of online learning. So one of the ways of educating our parents is exposing them to organizations or colleges rather, like Empire University, said it was Mayor Patterson, or Thomas Edison in New Jersey, to help them further their education outside of just, with childcare, et cetera.
That's awesome. Thank you, Brother Kahim. I don't know if you saw what I wrote to you in the chat, because I don't think if everybody is not logged on to the computer, they may not have seen your parent university signs that you held up. So that I was able to spot that, but I didn't know if everybody was able to be knowledgeable about maybe the system and structure that you have in place to what Mayor Patterson is as well as Luna has been discussing. Can you talk about that a little bit and hold it up again? And whoever's in charge of the spotlight, can you spotlight Brother Muhammad, please?
Can you all see this?
Everybody has it on speaker view. If not, can everybody, whoever's changing it to spotlight? Bachelor's level involved Parents University. Talk about that for a little bit. Master's level, oh, for real? Do we have doctorates too?
Absolutely. So what we do, we keep it, we start at the associate level, and what we do for any activity that's going on here in the building, and I'm in TNEC at Benjamin Franklin Middle School, we give our parents points. When they come to our events, they get points. When they come to our games, they get points. When they log on to our Zoom meets, they get points, and we accumulate these points. And at the end of the year, once we collect the value of them, they'll either, they'll get, just a car magnet, and they can start at the associate level at, just to reinforce the fact that we do need to depend on the environment, and we go all the way up to the doctoral level, because we have some parents that are very very active in our school, and that's the message that we're pushing. Javalda Powell, who's our positive behaviorist here, they call her a behaviorist, but I call her the positive behaviorist, because that's what we focus on at BF. And she monitors the points. We give out incentives, and we just try to get our parents on board. We have pretty strong PTO here at the school. I believe one of our parents is on the call. He's an administrator in New York City, and thank you for joining us, Brother Hogarth. But it's a powerful tool that we use it as a school, but the parents, as they move around the community, they see this, and we give them T-shirts, mugs, but we want to reward them for putting the work in and coming to the school, and now that we're working remotely, we're doing whatever they have to do remotely as well.
Thank you so much. Before I go on to the two, Brother Hobart, I know that, as I mentioned, Mayor Patterson had to go. I think that she might have dipped out real quick because I know that she had another meeting. So I just want to say thank you, although she's not here. But I want to go back to Brother Loon just in case, if you also had to step out. I know you've been on with us. Because, I don't know why Dennis keep lying, saying we ain't going to be on here for an hour. He lying, because we always here for like an hour and a half or 2 hours of joints, and then we also have like an after party of talking tough. But I just wanted to honor your time, because that is precious. And so that you wanted us to know.
I just wanted to say that first and foremost, I appreciate this very much. Listen, I appreciate you always involving me in something that's beneficial you. And I appreciate y'all for listening to me because, I have the same, fears and concerns as everybody in this room. And I just want to be able, to play my part. To me, circulate my information with everybody in the room so we can talk on a personal level as well.
Hey, put it in the chat. They can all get it right now if you put it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Cause this is the thing is like I want y'all to be able to utilize me, point me where I'm effective. You know what I'm saying? Show me where I could be the most effective. Educate me on where you believe I could be the most effective or whatever reason.
And I want y'all to be clear about what usually we don't do as a culture. We never pass the plugs. I would never stand in between you and Loon. I would never stand in between Loon and anyone that could help him. Y'all have direct access to my family. And that's what the whole purpose of this is to make all of to see why and to see Loon, to see the mayor, to see me, Lays, to see Dennis, all of y'all together. That's the gang. That's the army. That's real power. And that's the power as a culture we have not enjoyed or celebrated or shown. That's the narrative. This is what our superheroes look like. We all fly. And I love it. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Pop. Thank you, Loon. We had somebody that had their hands up. I just want to make sure that the question was not for you before you log off. So, Ms. Thompson, are you there? If you could unmute. It'd be nice if you turn on your video.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm here. Good evening.
Yeah. You go in and out, Dee.
Oh, you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. So good evening, everyone. Thank you, Principal McIntosh, for inviting me.
She called me by my maiden name. I grew up with Dee as well. April, you still on here? Dee on here, but yes, it's okay. Some people still calling me McIntosh, but I'm Nicholas, but it's okay. That's funny.
We go way back. So my question is, how do you as administrators rebalance that formal education, math, reading, writing, etc., that we're mandated to teach? But also empowering our children with cultural awareness, business sense, entrepreneurship, and skills and knowledge to ensure their success. And Amir or Mr. Dash, how would you promote that platform in our schools?
I wish that I could put my platform in every school, and everything that we're doing. I look at schools as distribution. So if we have a network that's only devoted on education and the kids have an option to see it in the schools as well as a normal education, as well as the app, that's straight distribution. And the marketing that comes with that, meaning the social media, the parties, the celebrations. I'm a big believer in celebrating every little victory. Loon will tell you every time I call him or Jay Black, I'm stunting. Because that means I'm celebrating. I celebrate everything. Everything I do makes me happy. I'm never going to let one victory go without a party. So we will be partying every show, having these kids party. But the big party is us doing it for us. And that's the narrative for me.
just like ensuring that our kids have that upper edge, with that sense of building a business, running businesses, and every opportunity that they can have,
Let me explain something to you.
Building a business.
Let me explain something to you. This is what. Let me explain something to you. What I'm doing right now. I've already made samples for the clothes for my son before he's born, because I'm putting him on payroll the day he's born. He becomes a partner of mine in his own company. He's not even gonna know life without having his own company. I prepare for the future. So what I'm saying is, I could be partners with any one of these kids. The kids are the cool, the kids are the ones that give you culture. They're the ones that keep you fresh. I keep young people around me as well as people my age, but I always want to know the future. So I'll become partners with any kid that has that instinct. You know how many kids I know that were 14 getting money? They knew how to have a business. They knew how to sell drugs. They had older people working for them. I was one of those kids. Now imagine giving a kid something legal at that age when you find a good entrepreneur and really guiding him. Because what they don't teach us in school is the problems that come with having money. Because they don't expect anybody in school to get money. So as a first-time millionaire, I went through so much. Y'all seen it in the paper. It's because I didn't know I had to pay taxes like that. I didn't know people could rob me. I didn't know that there's no accountability when a lawyer or an accountant gives you advice and you pay him $250,000 a year and he doesn't pay $3 to $12 million worth of taxes. And 12 years later, they could come back and try to hit you for $6 million. Nobody taught me that. I had to learn that publicly. To teach people how it feels when you have money, not when you don't. And the problems that come with that. And that should be the only problems. These are good problems, money problems, but they still problems.
Schools, how do we get that in schools?
Bring me to your school. Bring Loon to your school. Bring Dennis to your school.
Didi, I'll put you in contact with Dennis following the meeting.
Bring all of us. Bring the whole.
Pop, I got you, Pop. I got
commission
you.
to the.
Whole guard. You just talk over Pop. It's all right.
No, I just wanted to thank Brother Muhammad for the invite to the session. This is my first time at the session, but I'm a principal in the Bronx at the District 75 school, not too far from the projects I grew up in. And I just want to say I'm excited. I'm honored to be a part of this, and I'm just just being in everybody's presence.
Me, Loon, and whoever else y'all want.
And we can absolutely do that, but we got rules right now because of
not now. Well, not now.
You are correct, Mr. Dash.
Okay.
I got you, Dan.
I got a tour bus, so I'm ready. I got a tour bus.
I see.
Okay. I want to go on it. I want to go. Please.
Are you flying to Scotland? Miss Jess was like,
of course. Scotland? Yes.
I don't even know why you even asked that, Miss Jess.
Am I not flying to Scotland? I'm gonna buy something in Scotland. I'm gonna buy some property in Scotland, just the front. Dame Dash Studios, 60 to 90 cities worldwide. We gotta go to Africa and see the basketball court. Let's go. Yes. This is the kind of tour I want to go on. So everything I'm thinking about, and I think everyone should do this. This is why I ask everyone to dream. Because when you dream, that means you can think about the future and architect it. So, Dennis brought up a great point. I told Dennis, I dream right now about having my own ranch, coming up on a tour bus, and coming out. My dream just came true. I'm here. But I couldn't have had it happen without thinking about it. So I'm thinking about the tour. I'm manifesting it. And I know if I have 60 principals on the line thinking about the same thing, it will happen. That's what I know.
Correct.
So let's think about the next 6 months, a 60-city tour, OSG, and we just popping, just making it rock star.
We trying to make it happen, but I'm trying to tell people put their name in the contact form in the chat, but you keep talking over me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, love you. So if you didn't see the forms in the chat, please, if this is your first time, kindly click on the link to add your information so that you could be a part of our email distribution list. and Moody said, dare I let Dame start talking again? Moody said, kick off the tour in Paterson, New Jersey. So, you know.
Let's go, Moody. Let's go, Moody.
Like I said,
Moon's still on. You gotta show Moody. Like, Moody.
yes.
I'm here, baby. I'm here.
Moody's who you call when you got real trouble. You be like, let me call Moody. He coming through.
Because, you know, him and Act don't say much until the end. Because, you know, Act is always in the backyard with his cigar. And Moody is always in his chill spot with his earpods. And so, of course, my New Jersey brothers, how are you?
We good. My boy Moody just came through.
Yeah, very good, brother. Kick that tour off in Jersey. Then we go over to Word of New York.
Let's go.
We gotta show Harlem. Yeah, that day we gotta show Harlem how it's done here, boy.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
I'm about to be honorary Newark.
Lennox, Harlem.
I'm about to be honorary Newark.
Yes.
The Newark girls are here too. Yes.
That's right. So before
I want to come through every school in Newark. Every school. I want to go all of them. Let's go to all of them.
Yes, before Dane gets excited about those Newark tours, we're gonna go about doing it, but there is a protocol of how we're gonna get it done.
We talk about it Tuesday. I just want everybody as hyped as me.
That by tomorrow we're gonna have it done.
But can you just do this? Can everybody do one thing for me? One exercise. Everybody visualize all of us coming through the red carpet, y'all schools, all the hubbub we gonna make, the OSG merch, how fly we gonna be. Everybody visualize what that looks like. That's what I want. That's just what I want.
We said that. That's it. He's not. So right now, lean back and do what you do, baby.
All right, I'm gonna have a drink.
I need you to get on that. Yes.
Clean line. And one thing before you move on, I need to say something.
Yes.
You mentioned something and you glossed over it. And I want you to explain to the people about the OSG basketball court now.
Okay, we got out a little bit. You going in and out a little bit.
Because y'all downplaying that. Y'all downplaying the basketball.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna leave that to Dennis because he absolutely, again, as the easy breezy, steezy, cool, lazy Dennis McKeezy, and he can talk about, as well as Toya. Is Toya still here? Because it was really the vision so that not only are we national, we are now international. So Toya and Dennis can share that story briefly.
We're going on tour.
Yeah, I said, I was, I think I mentioned to a couple of you last week that a few weeks back, some people out in Tanzania, Africa, had a conversation with us about them actually being involved and wanting to play more basketball and not having enough, not having a facility to do it. And one of the centers out there, Makuba Daycare Center, actually had some space. And on behalf of OSG, Desco Property, what we did was we actually donated a basketball court for them that actually just launched or just opened this past Saturday. We were on a Zoom with them. It's actually the talk of Arusha, and so the talk of Tanzania right now. In the next week or so, I'm going to actually show the actual video from start to finish on how the project went down. But what was really, really dope, man, was being able to speak to the young people before they shot their first basket and to see how appreciative and excited they were about us. And it got to the point where I think they even came to Toya a couple of days later and asked, what can they do to be part of OSG? That's how dope of an experience it was for them as well. So.
Hey Dennis, can we set up a Zoom? Because I missed that one. It was 5:30 in the morning. You told me at 4:30 in the morning, and I literally had passed out. I forgot I even missed it. I forgot about it.
I'm going to right now, Pop. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that you are on the Zoom, D. All right.
He
missed Wednesday. He can't function.
Is that it's more than just a bunch of adults talking about adult stuff. Be about helping kids, and it was a choice that we made because they reached out to us and asked if we could do that for them. And I, it's no way that I was going to deny them that opportunity. So being able to see the young people play ball on Saturday, and then the babies play basketball, I think it was Sunday or Monday, on their court was just something that I think was very heartwarming for me to know that we were all part of that.
You know what we should do? You know what we should do? We should make them some uniforms.
Exactly.
Yes, that's in the making.
Let me design some uniforms. What's the name of this? Send me the name of the school so I can get, they got a logo?
Mary, who's the person over there, wanted us to have a OSG basketball team. So she was like, I can't wait to have an OSG basketball team.
So we gotta get
That's the flyest shit in the whole world, by the way. I can stun on it.
It was the most emotional, most exhilarating, most gratifying, heartfelt event. It was just beautiful. Like, and I know I was crying. Tears was in my eyes. It was just so beautiful.
All right, I'm gonna make some uniforms because I missed the Zoom. I messed it up.
Yeah, you missed that one.
Yo, listen, I just remembered I missed it right now because he hit me like 5:30 in the morning. It was like 2:30 in the morning. I passed out. Now I want to be there. I want to enjoy that. I want to enjoy that.
There's going to be another event over there in Tanzania for the basketball.
Now, Dennis, this is the kind of thing we need to get a publicist for because the world has to see us helping us, man. The world got to see that. They got to see that.
Very important. Very important.
The world got to see that. Oh, don't act like I'm not dressed.
I'm grateful that you got a jacket and a hat.
I gotta come out the house, but I'm still in the house, but you know, I'm out the house. I'm just in another house. This is the guest house.
Dame, before you get out of here.
At Simone's son's birthday party. We had a birthday party for Simone's son.
Yeah, but Dame, so what we did was Simone, you know, she been trying to run away from being co-host for a long time, but we not trying to have it. We are actually having it. We all here, Smitty.
And Dame Dash Studios. Why YouTube? Dame Dash Studios too.
Dame, hold on, Dame. Hold on. Where we showing them, Smitty?
I'm gonna send it to Simone right now to share.
Oh, okay.
I got it.
Because again,
I know Lays has it.
Oh, you have it? Because let me tell you, Dr. Action, this is the birthday party was about Chris, and then they gave me a project.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
Yo, real quick, where's Dame Dash Studios? Why Dame Dash Studios not on
It
it?
ain't done yet, Dame.
Yeah, see? You see what I'm saying? Now, if I was Dennis, I'd be like, where's Dame Dash Studios? Where's Dennis McKeezy at? You keep, and I ain't see nothing on the basketball court either.
This ain't finished yet.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, why they don't start with Dame Dash? See? All right.
They want us to start with Dame.
I'm going to just Dennis you to death, that's all. I'm going to call it Dennis to death. I'm going to Dennis you to death right now.
Dame, you're right.
I'm going to stay Dennison you to death right now. Huh? What about...
Okay, hold on. Let me get.
And send that over to me too. Send that over to me, please. Oh gosh, you never let me. Y'all always want, you know what I mean? Send that over. Send that over.
You're absolutely right, Dave.
I don't know why y'all be bugging like that, man. Let me do my job. You can always come out and I'll teach in the game. That's extended to anyone on OSG. That's it.
That's serious?
Yeah, I'm dead ass serious.
Kina about to quit her job.
No, I have a 19-year-old son, and
He got a son, yeah?
Send
he
him.
doesn't know what he wants to do right now.
Let him come to Dame Dash College. Whoever has children, I will do a Zoom with your children. All of them, like a class. I'll do it with them.
Let's set that up.
May I explain again? So my son, because of OSG and because of the support of Dame, and I was the one who was holding LLC because in my head, you know, I have been just about going to college, making sure you have health insurance, make sure you get paid every other week. but my son is really an entrepreneur at heart, and he's been talking about this for a while. And so there was one time, I believe, that we were all on together and we was able to talk. And so when, Dennis and Pop.
I know that, you were trying to get X to get up, to come out here as well. But we know that
he just landed in LA at 6, so he's out of it.
Good. So no, we appreciate you so much, Priscilla, for doing all that you do. And like I said, you rep OSG hard.
And I like that. I like that shirt, Priscilla. Happy birthday! But I like that. Let me see that outfit. Let me talk to you for a second.
Happy birthday!
I like that. I like how you doing that.
All right. So she could have done that city council.
Woo! Let me put your campaign. Put like this. In some people that I know running for office, I've learned a lot about how to run for office to do it really fly. So we should talk.
Yo, I'm in. I salute the whole team. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for all the love. Dennis, thank you for always including me. Dane, thank you for being so dope and always including me. Simone, I appreciate you, ladies, everybody, Smitty, Principal. I need all of the support I can get, but we're going to do this.
Councilwoman P.
Salute, sis.
Councilwoman
P.
I'm about to make your merch right now. I'm about to definitely make her merch. That's gonna be fly. That's dope.
What?
You just gotta wait 8 months for it.
You was good. You should be as good as elected. You elected. You should start celebrating now. We making sure that.
That is the best time to close out on a high note with the meeting before we get to the after party.
And Priscilla, let Dane make your merch, but you'll be out of office by the time it get to you. But
and so we can talk about that merch.
Just don't let Lays get the copy because he'll bootleg it and put it in all kind of funny colors and all big.
For coming to OSG, thank you for being here with us again. Thank you for spending your Thursday at 4 p.m. at the same bat time and same bat channel from the visionary himself, Easy Breezy Steezy Dennis McKeezy. I want to honor and salute of each of you. I appreciate you. Please ensure that you are going hard for our babies because you are the answer to a parent's prayer. So thank you, my colleagues. Thank you so much, near and far, to Jess, who is all the way over in Scotland somewhere. It's probably like 11 o'clock at night. Thank you so much. I know she's ready to go to bed. To Dr. D Nice, she was over here. She's been joining. My Harlem girl, McClarity, that always stays, on the low.
Harlem. All day, every day.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Queen, you're not getting out of here without promoting your show tomorrow at 6 o'clock. The Lions Den, the Lioness will be there rocking, and she's definitely rocking. Check it out on YouTube. Please send Smitty, send the link where we can check her out.
Smitty said he had to update something, and that's why he said give him a second. So that's probably why I wasn't able to open it.
Yeah. Stop that.
So,
stop all that.
Y'all that want to see it and stay on for the after party, please, if you're able, because what ends up happening after this is that we get from professional to ratchet. So if you can handle it, this is the almost correct one. Pop. It's gonna say Dash Studio.
We got it.
I see the popping thing.
Got it right
but
here.
still, send me that. Send me that anyway. Send me the.
Simone, can I just say one thing?
Yes, McClarity.
I just want you to know that I grew up with Bob on my block, so he taught me, you got to be an old school OG and be very private.
Hey, Dennis.
Dennis. Why you do that, huh?
I'm listening, Dave.
Yes.
Are you flying in for the commission meeting?
Yo, Dave.
You about to miss the first official commission? Oh my goodness. Huh?
Mr. Dad.
Yes.
That's your fault, Simone.
What I did?
That's your fault.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Listen, look at Pop quiet. Something happened. Maybe his Wi-Fi went out. What happened?
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. So again, for those people, first of all, all of this was very quick. That Tuesday call was about Chris, and then it ended with them giving me a project, and now it's Thursday, and this is what has happened as a result. So if you are able, please, tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., order Chinese or pizza takeout. Don't cook. It's Friday fish fry night. Order it from Uber Eats so that you are able to come by at 6 p.m. to the Lions Den, featuring myself, known as Simone A. Nicholas, officially off school grounds here known as the Lioness. So that is the shameless plug that once again they have bullied me into.
Hey,
I did a project pop.
And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Hey, listen, do me a favor. Can you send me those posters over right now to me so I can send it? I have a design team. Let me do these things. Let me do it. It'll take me
Dennis
this
is
quick.
gonna send it right now.
That should let me do. I can do it in 4 seconds. Just trust me. I got a machine for that. Let me do that.
Yeah, please do that.
But I love it.
Like I said,
Send it over. Just send that to me.
I was trying to sit back
Send
and
that
be
to
a
me.
participant. And
Now,
not
you know,
analyst.
I know that you guys are all bosses, and I appreciate it. And y'all just like to do, and y'all like to drop the whole bomb on you when it's done.
If y'all want to stay on, Dr. D Nice got something she wants to share with y'all.
So can we get? Hey, y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Dr. D Nice has
I said if they're ready. Start doing these pictures.
She wants to share something.
Damn, with them.
Yeah, so and what that means is for those of you right now, we are coming to the end of our actual
Shit, one of my gloves fell.
meetup. So that is the ending of off school grounds. If you're able to sit here and listen to everybody, you know, get ratchet, that's the after party. But right now, we're gonna bid you all adieu. Please be safe, be healthy, love one another. Remember self-care, and we will see you next Thursday at 4 p.m.
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.